And one of these things that specifically I want to focus on is this term prophet. And I'm just going to give some references from the Bible itself, because if you want to win us over also to your side to worship Jesus, then you're not going to win us over by attacking us with all sorts of, you see the kind of attacks that come towards Muslims in Islam, right? But we're just substantiating what's actually in the Bible. But it's unfortunate many don't even read the Bible. But when you open up from here, Jesus is called a prophet in the Bible many times, both by other people and Jesus himself. In the Bible, Jesus Christ is referred to as a prophet by others, and also alluded to himself in multiple places. For example, Mark 6:4, a prophet is not without honor except in his hometown and among his relatives and his household. In John 6:14, it says, when the people saw the sign that he had done, they said, so now Jesus, he did some signs, miracle, right? They say, oh, that's God. No, they're saying this is indeed a prophet who is to come into the world. Next one, Matthew 21:11. The crowd calls Jesus the prophet Jesus from Nazareth, Galilee. In John 4:19, a woman, Samaria, tells Jesus, sir, I see you as a prophet. Luke 24:19. The things about Jesus, the man from Nazareth, they replied, he was a mighty prophet of God who performed miracles and wonders. His words were more powerful, and he had a great favor with God and the people. We can go on and on. There's so many of these. So we're agreeing with this. Would you? I don't want to speak for you, but do you agree with that? This the Bible is saying he's a prophet. We're saying he's a prophet. There's also verses, in the essence of time, that actually call him a servant of God. So he's a servant, like Prophet Muhammad was a servant guy. He's a prophet of God. Why are we the enemy?
That's a big question. But
I don't get it. We're confirmed. We got all these commonalities, family, morality, a lot of the things they've lost. We're actually have it here. They can come get it. But then here we're saying what the Bible is saying. He's a prophet. And these other verses now that are somehow ambiguous, nebulous, it's not proof. It doesn't hold weight. And then the fitra, what we talk about. I know when they talk about God, Jesus being God and divine, I know that innate nature rejects this. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that a lot of the animosity has to be created. Like it's just manufactured animosity against Islam, because it just doesn't flow organically based on what Muslims actually believe in, what Islam actually teaches. Like Islam is the most pro-Christ religion.
Pro-Christ religion. Islam. Go ahead, clip this one, guys. Islam is the most
pro-Christ religion.
Islam is the most pro-Christ religion.
Exactly. So, we can debate Christians, and they'll claim to be the most pro-Christ. But fine, like maybe even if we concede you're first place and we're second place, imagine we're still far ahead of any other religion in our love for Jesus Christ. So how can we be like the most bitter enemy for Christians to have? It just doesn't make sense.
I had a Christian on, and this is another topic. I just want to touch upon this. She's from ifamericaonlyknew.org, and she said, when I asked her this, I said, hey, do you have a problem when we said Jesus, peace be upon him? She said, no. She started laughing. And then she said, actually, the people that do and the ones who did create this friction between Muslims and Christians was this hate industry, and she actually lists, many of these people that I won't even mention their name who actually came after you not too long ago.
Yeah, it's
these
a
organizations.
Big yeah, Zionist organizations,
you know
especially.
About this?
Yeah. Hate Inc. and you have.
They manufacture this hate and fear and misunderstanding deliberately.
Exactly.
To separate Muslims and Christians. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of propaganda that has been generated with millions of dollars of funding over the past 2 decades. But even before the past 20 years, there has been a lot of this propaganda directed against Muslims because it's politically oriented, or it's politically motivated, rather. You want wars in the Middle East. You want the U.S. to continually fight these wars on behalf of Israel in order to weaken the Muslim world, keep the Muslim world divided. So you have to generate hate for Muslims to justify going there and bombing them, going there and invading and occupying. How do you get the public to support these never-ending wars in the Middle East? Well, you have to get the people to hate Muslims and view them as inhuman, barbaric demons, and you have media that can do that job for you. You have some of these mega church pastors who also will go and preach to their thousands and thousands of followers that Islam is a religion of evil, it's a satanic religion, blah, 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 and they just lie and they distort. And so many Christians, unfortunately, they don't hear the truth about what Muslims actually believe, and that's the amazing work that you've been doing over the years, many years,
Amen.
mashallah. So, but yeah, it's big money is behind this.
Money. Follow the money.
Yeah.